faithful Niner Empire. What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. Man, what a game. What a game. Clearly, the 49ers were the better team for the majority of the game. But one thing that stood out to me in the first half was we needed to convert those field goals into touchdowns. Like we just let the Cowboys stay in the game way too long. That game was much closer than it should have been. And granted, the Cowboys they were beating themselves every other play with their penalties. I think they had 14 penalties in the game, and the Niners we kind of had a lot of penalties in that second half as well. So we definitely have to clean that up next week against the Packers. But hey, I'm glad that we moved on. We're going to be playing the Packers next week. That was a that was definitely a playoff atmosphere. In Texas. I'm grateful that we were able to come away with a win. It's unfortunate, Fred Warner and Nick Bosa are hurt. Man, very very unfortunate, and Jordan Willis as well. Hopefully, we'll have those guys back. I mean, we're going to need all hands on deck versus the Green Bay Packers, that's for sure. But shout out to everyone watching Jay and the Bay YouTube, Jay and the Bay Facebook, and Jay and the Bay Twitter. And feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you are enjoying the stream. This show is nothing without the best fans in the NFL, the faithful, the Niner Empire. So let's see what's up. Let's see what you guys think about this game. Let's see. We got a $10 super chat. Hot diggity dog. What's good? JKS 80s Horrors fan. Thanks for tuning in to the stream, man. He says, how about them Cowboys? Not good for you, Jay, and the city, man. Hey, I appreciate the kind words, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Appreciate the donation to the channel, man. We got JR Metals in the building. What's good? Thanks for tuning in. He said that score was going to happen. Yeah, 23-17. It was closer than I thought the game should have been. I thought, if the Niners would have been able to score touchdowns in the first half, we really could have put them away more easier, that's for sure. But this Cowboys team, was one of the best offenses in the NFL. And they didn't really show it. And I think you got to definitely give credit to this 49ers defense. We had been hearing that the Cowboys offense was great. They had won their division. But I think they played one of the upper echelon teams today in the 49ers. And man, I don't think they were ready. I don't think they were ready at all. Let's go to John. What's good? John says, I called that Bosa sack too, lining up outside and then rushing inside after the ball is snapped. Yep, you did call it. Great win, Niners. Now on to the next. Absolutely, man. And Bosa had a good game. It's unfortunate he got hurt. It was some friendly fire. Basically, DJ Jones and Nick Bosa kind of met each other, and Bosa got the worst of that impact for sure. And he was taken out of the game, and he was examined for a head injury. So, hopefully it's nothing too serious. Maybe he just probably. I mean, I can't speculate, but if it's a head injury, it could be a concussion symptoms. So it'll have to be reevaluated through the week. But hopefully he'll be able to go next week against Green Bay. We're definitely going to need it. We got KD blessing us with his presence. What's good? How you feel about that win, KD? I know you like that. We got Deneen in the building. What's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Deneen says, what's good, Jay? We won. Yes. Yeah, on to the next. On to the next. Appreciate your Bucks Skull Gang. Appreciate you. What's good? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, and hopefully Bosa is all good with him. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, and I'm sure he'll be reevaluated throughout the week. Let's see. And hey, and your Bucks won as well, so your Bucks move on to the next round. So happy for your Bucks, man. Yeah, Deneen, I agree. It was definitely closer than it should have been in the second half. Uh, Jimmy had some overthrows to Ayuk, to Sherfield. He had that interception, but that's the Jimmy we know. That's the Jimmy, man. That's part of the Jimmy experience, man. Unfortunately, we were able to overcome that, but he's got to be much better against Green Bay. That's for sure. Got to be much better. Yeah, I mean, against the Packers, I think, we're not scared of the Packers. We know the Packers. We had a lead up on the Packers with 38 seconds left, this earlier this year in the regular season. So we're not afraid of the Packers. We know we just need to be physical with the Packers, run the ball, and just limit Aaron Rodgers' opportunities. David V is in the house. What's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, David V. David says, "What's good, man? What a game, brother Jay." Yeah, I'm glad. Obviously, I was really nervous in the fourth quarter, but I'm glad that we were able to get that victory, man. Definitely glad we were able to get that victory. Got to talk about Jawan Jennings, man. Jawan Jennings, he is. It seems like Jawan Jennings has been able to elevate his play. Jimmy G is looking toward Jawan Jennings a lot, and he's not looking at Kittle as much. And you would hope that you could have Ayuk, Debo, Jennings, and Kittle all be major factors in a victory, but Kittle basically had one catch in this game. I would really have to look at the film to see, were the Cowboys double teaming Kittle, or was Kittle not able to get open, or did Jimmy just not look for Kittle? I'm not sure, but it's definitely, I want to see Kittle get more involved in this offense. But Jawan Jennings, man, he had 3 great third down catches that were able to extend drives. And it seems like Jawan Jennings is Jimmy G's security blanket. He looks to him on third downs. But I'm glad that we see Jawan Jennings getting more production in this offense. We got Roberto in the building. What's good? Roberto says that's the W, boys. Bang, bang, Niner game. Absolutely, man. I agree with you, Deneen. I agree with you. But this is the Jimmy G experience. This is the Jimmy G experience. He made enough plays in the first half, to get us that lead. But in order to beat Green Bay, we're going to have to score touchdowns. We have to be able to convert those. We have to be able to convert drives into touchdowns. We can't score 3 and 4 field goals and expect to beat Green Bay next week. We got to be able to score touchdowns because we know the Packers have a prolific offense and they can almost score at will. But then there's no question Aaron Rodgers will test this secondary. But it's going to be interesting to see next week against the Packers. Let's see. We do have a $5 super chat. Hot diggity dog. What's good, Jack? Thanks for tuning into the stream. Appreciate that donation. He says, "Hey, Jay in the Bay, how are you? I'm doing pretty well. Great team win with all the injuries and next man up mentality. We are battle tested by playing playoff teams last month." I agree. And I don't think the Cowboys were battle tested. And I think that showed today. Granted, they never gave up. They continued to fight. Kudos to them. But, I think we were the better team for the majority of the game. And Michael Parsons, number 11, hey, he had a hell of a regular season. He said where he was from, he bullied the bullies. You know what I'm saying? So, so Michael Parsons, be careful what you wish for, man. You shouldn't chirp, man. Just play the game. But but man, definitely good to get the win. And I thought that was one of the keys to this game was Shanahan being able to scheme his guys open, which we know that happens. Now, Jimmy sometimes has trouble getting them the ball, but Shanahan has the ability to scheme his guys open, and also he can make certain pre-snap motions, reads, and it confuses the defense. And let's be real, Michael Parsons did not have a great game today. And I think part of that was due to, Shanahan being the play caller he is and play designer. So be careful what you wish for, Michael Parsons. But obviously, you're having a hell of a year. Probably get that defensive rookie of the year. So, but hey, we're moving on to the next round, and I appreciate that donation, Jack. Let's see. We have Livy's World in the house. What's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, Livy's World. Livy's World says, "What's good, Jay? Congrats, Niner faithful. Bye, Jimmy. Bye, bye, bye." I mean, it's funny because my uncle asked me, and he's a Raider fan, and he asked me, "Oh, why do you guys want to get rid of Jimmy G? He led you to the Super Bowl. Why would you want to get rid of him?" And and there are multiple reasons why Jimmy G. Hey, I'm rooting for him when he's still in the red and gold, but man, it's sometimes it is hard. You understand my pain, Niner Empire. When he overthrows receivers, he threw the interception. It's like, Jimmy, what are you doing out there? But hey, at the end of the day, we won the game. It's not like he's going to get benched anytime soon. And hey, the playoff run for the 49ers continues. Shout out and a hot diggity dog to Blue True. Appreciate that 1049 donation to the channel. Blue True says, "I agree with that, Deneen. What a nail biter. Yikes. Congrats on the win at Jay in the Bay and the chat. The faithful, the Niner Empire." Absolutely. Appreciate that donation, Blue True. Man, what a competitive game. What a close game. Definitely didn't need to be a nail biter. But a huge shout out to Juwan Jennings. Glad he's making the most out of his opportunity with the 49ers. And Jimmy G, he's looking to Juwan Jennings on third down. There's no doubt about that. Got to talk about Debo. Had a nice rushing touchdown today. And he didn't have that many catches, but he definitely set the tone on offense. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to pull up some of Debo's stats real quick. And we know when he's in on the offense, he raises the level of this offense and the offense's productivity. There's no question about that. Let's look at Debo. So Debo had 10 carries, 72 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest run was 26 yards. And honestly, he was the most productive back. Mitchell had 27 carries, 96 yards. He only averaged about 3.8 yards per carry. Debo averaged about 7. But we needed all those carries. There's make no mistake about it. We needed every single one of those carries from Elijah Mitchell. Even if he didn't, get 8 to 10 yards per carry, those were some tough yards that Elijah Mitchell had. And as I predicted before the game, I knew Jeff Wilson Jr. wouldn't get any run. Shanahan, he only wants to stick with Debo and Mitchell. It is what it is. I want to see more, but that's kind of what Shanahan wants to do. I respect it, but hey, I think we should go with Jeff Wilson Jr. But Debo had a pretty good game running the ball and catching the ball. He added in 3 catches, 38 yards. He was targeted 3 times, so he caught all of his targets. So that's good to see. Brandon Ayuk, the Ayuk Show, led the team with 6 targets, 5 catches, 66 yards. And Jimmy, he had a pedestrian type game. This is a Jimmy line, 16 of 25, 172. That's the typical Jimmy line. But those were Debo stats. We will jump into those stats again. But let's continue on with these comments. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't forget anyone. Let's see. We got Sports Talk with Big Ben. What's good? Thanks for tuning into the stream, Big Ben. How is your Sunday going? He says, "Can't hate. Y'all took that one, bro. Guess I'm done till next year. Good luck next year again, big bro." Hey, man, you guys, the Cowboys, they fought hard. They didn't give up. But, at the end of the day, the Niners made more plays. And, hey, we're moving on to the next round. Y'all had a good year, though. Thanks for tuning in, Big Ben. Appreciate the kind words, Livy's World. Appreciate that. Someone special gave me this hat. I appreciate that, Livy's World. KD says Dallas Cowboys fans feel cheated from the referee. I wonder why. I wonder why do they feel cheated? Because them good old Dallas Cowboys definitely didn't do themselves any favors. Them good old Dallas Cowboys did not do themselves any favors by committing so many penalties in this game. The Dallas Cowboys had 14 penalties, which amounted to 89 yards. So I don't know why the Cowboys fans should be, mad at a referee. You'd have to elaborate on which play you're talking about. But 14 penalties, 89 yards. I mean, you got to look in the mirror. But this is who this team has been all year, the Dallas Cowboys. They led the league in penalties this year. So this is who they were. No surprise. I was not surprised at all. Deneen says, Debo is a lifesaver. What a player. Exactly. Hopefully he'll be wearing the red and gold for years to come because he's a jack of all trades. He can do it all. And this offense is on another level when he's in there and he's healthy. Dallas already popping off. They were cheated by the referees. Oh, please. Talk about them 14 penalties. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror because y'all been doing that all year. Dallas Cowboys. Y'all been leading the league in penalties. So it's you got to look at yourself. You got to be disciplined. You got to play disciplined football. And there were a lot of flags on the field. I think the teams combined for about 23 flags. So flags were flying all over the field. And the Niners, we got to do a much better job in playing disciplined football going up against Green Bay next week. That's for sure. We got Crisco's Country Life in the building. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, man. I appreciate you saying congratulations, man. I appreciate that. And yes, Crisco, that was a huge win. It shouldn't have been that close in the second half, but we pulled it out. And obviously we can critique the team, but at the end of the day, this is playoffs. You win or you go home. We just got to make sure we play better in a lot of areas of the game. Special teams. And speaking of the special teams, let's talk about these 49er miscues. Man, the fake pump pass. Guess who that play was on? Josh Norman. As soon as the Cowboys were lining up for that punt, I told my executive producer of the show, I was like, what are they doing? They're actually going to punt the ball? I just didn't believe that the Cowboys were going to punt the ball. And they didn't. They did a fake punt pass. And the special teams coach should tell the special teams players the situation. The special teams coach should make sure his players are aware, hey, watch out for the fake punt. There's no reason for them to really give the ball up in that situation. I think they were down by more than 2 scores. But Josh Norman, he clearly, as soon as the ball was snapped, he ran back. He wasn't even looking at his defender or whatever. So, but Josh Norman, that's Josh Norman for you. Gave up that fake punt pass. Fortunately, it didn't come back to bite us. Jimmy, oh no. He had 2 overthrows, one to Ayuk, one to Sherfield. He had the interception. It didn't come back to bite us, but we all know if you've been watching the 49ers this year, or hell, through Jimmy's tenure, this is part of the Jimmy G experience. He's going to do that from time to time. Fortunately, it didn't come back to bite us. Also, there was another miscue. There was a roughing the punter penalty on Mark Zachoa. I believe he's been on the team the last 2 weeks. So, that's something that, you got to learn from. You can't make that mistake again. And the 49ers had a lot of penalties in this game. Too many penalties. The 49ers had 9 penalties for 58 yards. I think that's too many. We're definitely shooting ourselves in the foot when we do that. I mean, we got to play more disciplined, more button-up football. And that's something we got to clean up next week for sure. Let's get back to these comments. Let's see. Niner Faithful, what's good? Niner Faithful says Ayuk has Diggs on skates all game, and Kittle has something to tell Micah. about bullies getting bullied. Exactly. Yeah. Micah did not have his best game. And I didn't think he would. Going up against, upper echelon coaching talent that we have here on the 49ers. And Diggs, that was the thing about Diggs. Yeah, he led the league in interceptions, but he also gave up the most receiving yards. Hey, that played out today. Jag says next weekend weather in Green Bay will be 21 degrees. Great football weather. Wow. And I wonder what the wind will be like down there, because that'll definitely affect the passing game. That's for sure. Redder 4, what's good? He says we're going to lose. Yeah, the last time I checked, the score was 7-7, but that was about the start of my show. But, good luck to your Steelers against them good old Chiefs. Niner Faithful says, Jimmy had me happy, then stressed out, and then back to happy. Yeah, I would agree with that. Jimmy does that every game, it seems like, man, every game. Let's see, JR. He says, almost called it 30-17. Almost called it, yep. Damian Lee, what's good? He says, how about them Cowboys now? Yeah, I heard they're blaming the referees, which is, ridiculous. But, hey, it is what it is. Got to talk about this 49ers defense. K'Wan Williams with an interception. DJ Jones had a sack, and then Bosa had a sack. Armstead had a sack. Omen Wehu, the defensive end we traded from the Houston Texans earlier this year, he had a sack and a half. And this 49ers defense played without Nick Bosa for, I believe, I want to say an entire half or at least a quarter and a half, and we were still able to get pressure on Dak. So that's that's a testament to the depth of this defensive line. And then unfortunately, Fred Warner, he was out for, I want to say, half of the fourth quarter. I believe Fred Warner was out, so he had the ankle injury. He was trying to get back in, but he wasn't able to. Hopefully, he'll be back next week, but I don't know. With an ankle issue, that could be weeks. But we'll see. We'll see how severe it is. But this 49ers defense played pretty great. You only allow 17 points. I'm sure 7 of those points were due to a turnover by Jimmy G, I'm sure. So this 49ers defense, you can't play much better, Faithful. You can't play much better than this 49ers defense did. I'm trying to look at let's see. So the Dallas Cowboys, they had 307 total yards. Okay. And this number right here, 4.4 yards per play, is pretty good. That's pretty good for a defense to allow that. The Cowboys only had 230 passing yards. Did Amari Cooper play today? Did CeeDee Lamb play today? I mean, they didn't really get much production from their wide receivers. And then that's a testament to this 49ers defense and the secondary, that's for sure. Let's look at the Cowboys. What did they do? What did they do as far as their receivers? Let's see. So Schultz led the team with 7 catches, 89 yards. He's a pretty good tight end. Cooper had 6 catches, 64 yards, a touchdown. Cedric Wilson had 5 catches, 62 yards. CeeDee Lamb, he only had 1 catch. So, kudos to D'Amico Ryans and this defensive staff. They're doing a hell of a job. And we shut down one of the best offenses in the NFL. They couldn't run the ball, which that was one of the keys I had. Shut down the run, make this team one-dimensional. That's exactly what happened. Look at these putrid numbers on the ground. Zeke had 12 carries, 31 yards, averaging less than 3 yards a carry. Pollard only had 4 carries, 14 yards. The Cowboys did not have a running game, and they had to rely on Dak to win the game. And Dak was 23 of 43, 254 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. He was sacked 5 times. So kudos to this 49ers defense, man. They played lights out in this game. And we're going to need to continue that type of performance against them good old Green Bay Packers. Let's see. Jag, appreciate that donation. Another donation. He says, to hold the number 1 offense to 17 points is awesome. D'Amico Ryans continues to improve. I agree, Jag. I completely agree. This Cowboys team put up 51 points against the Eagles. Granted, it was against the Eagles, practice squad or whatever. But this is one of the highest scoring offenses in the NFL. And to hold them to 17 points, man, kudos to D'Amico Ryans. That's for sure. He's doing a hell of a job. Hopefully, selfishly, I want D'Amico Ryans to stay here next year to be our defensive coordinator. But hey, he may get some head coaching interviews, or at least even an opportunity to be a head coach somewhere else. But that would be a hell of a year turnaround to be a first-year defensive coordinator and then next year be a head coach. That would be excellent for D'Amico and his career. But obviously, I would want him to stay with the Niners to be our defensive coordinator because he's doing, a hell of a job. Let's continue on with these comments. Let's see. Got to make sure I don't forget anyone. Oh, yeah. Monty Williams, what's good? Monty says, what's good, Jay? We're moving on now. Let's have some queso dip. All right. J.R. Meadow says, Jennings is way better than KB ever been. I mean, KB was here for a few years. I think they're completely different players. Jennings is coming on strong now, and I hope the best for KB and his, with the Patriots. But yeah, I think Jennings, they're different players. KB was here for a few years. Jennings may have more reliable hands, maybe, but there's no doubt Jennings is making the most out of his opportunity. David Renteria, what's good? Hey, you're a wise man. You picked the 49ers to win, man. Got to give you that. Jag says Debo is the motor for this offense. I just get worried when they run him through the line. Yikes. Yeah. I mean, they can't always run him outside. You want to make the defense unsure of whether he's going to be run inside the guards and tackles or if he's going to run outside the tackles. You don't want to be too obvious when Debo comes in. You want the defense to be unsure of whether Debo's going to run outside, left, right, or inside. So it kind of comes with the territory. Damian Lee, being fair, the Niners were the better team. I hate the refs sticking their head in the final minutes. Yeah, I think there's no doubt the Niners are the better team. The Cowboys beat themselves with penalties, that's for sure. And you can only blame that on yourself. You got to look in the mirror for that. John, what's good? John says, I don't mind Mitchell's 4 yards per carry. That averages to a first down in 3 plays. You're exactly right. And Mitchell runs hard, man. Mitchell runs hard. It doesn't matter if you hit him behind the line of scrimmage. He does not usually go down with the first tackle. He continues to churn his legs and continue to try to fight for more yards. I can remember a few plays where he got hit in the backfield, but he still continued to fight, and he was able to, get 3 or 4 yards. So, man, got to respect Mitchell. Those were some hard carries. Sportsdom, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream. He says, what's good, Jay? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, Sportsdom. We also have Kelly Barlow in the building. What's good? Kelly says, great team win. Let's hope the defense gets back healthy for Green Bay. Let's go Niners. Exactly. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, if you're excited about this 49ers victory, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. And also make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I appreciate all the support. But yeah, that's going to be a huge key this week. It was great to see all 3 linebackers back. And what do you know? We couldn't even see them all back for the entire duration of the game. That was unfortunate, but it was good to see Fred, Aziz, and Dre Greenlaw all there. Our defense is much better when all 3 of them are on the field and, excelling at the point of attack. So hopefully Fred will be available. Bosa will be available next week. Jordan Willis, he adds depth, and he's able to spare some players too along our defensive front. Sportsdom says, how about that butt whooping that took place in Buffalo last night? Yeah, them good old Buffalo Bills beat the breaks off them good old New England Patriots. Clearly, Buffalo was the better team, and they're looking toward a deep playoff run this year. Lil, Key, and TT, what's good? They say Dallas just lost, honestly. Okay. All right, well, we were the better team. I don't think you can dispute that. Deneen says, feel like we just won the Super Bowl again. Well, we're not there yet, but it was definitely a great win. It's great to get a win over the Dallas Cowboys, and we advanced to the next round of the playoffs. We have a Colt McCoy in the building. What's good? Colt McCoy says, calm down about Super Bowl. Y'all beat the Cowboys. Nothing special. Y'all got to go against the Packers. And after those injuries, y'all suffered this game. Yeah. I mean, we'll see, Colt McCoy. We shall see, man. Good luck to your Cardinals tomorrow against the Rams. Hey, best team wins in that case. But, I'm not thinking about Super Bowl, but, it was a hell of a win to advance in the playoffs. Win or go home situation. We got SG Sports Talk channel in the building. What's good? Thanks for tuning into the stream, man. He says, hi, Jay in the Bay. Whew. He says, what are your thoughts on Jimmy G's performance? Jimmy G, that's my quarterback. As soon as I start to believe in Jimmy G, man. Oh, man. This is part of the Jimmy G experience. I mean, the overthrows, the INT. Fortunately, we were able to overcome it this game. But when people ask, hey, why are you moving off of Jimmy G? Well, games like this are why. In addition to, he's had trouble staying healthy throughout his career with the 49ers. And this is why we drafted Trey Lance. But you just got to hope he can correct his issues. And the interception, yeah, it was bad, but honestly, it's the overthrows. It's not worse, but it's just like why? Like, why are you overthrowing a wide open receiver? Like, I don't get that. Now, the interception, I would really have to watch it back, but I think that was an overthrow as well. So, but that's the type of Jimmy G performance we expect. Either he's really good like he was in the first half, or he struggles in the second half. So hopefully he can get better. Appreciate the kind words, SG, and let me know what were your thoughts on Jimmy G's performance in this game. Let me know in them comments. Let me know how you felt about Jimmy G's performance. Lil Key, let's talk about the review play on Debo on third down. Yes, are you talking about the one that was in the fourth quarter where I think he stretched out, but they called him short of the first down? Is that the one you're talking about? Let me know. Oh, yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here in the Niners locker room. You know it, man. You know it. Let's see. Where is George Kittle? George Kittle, where you at? I know last week we were without Trent Williams, and George Kittle was used as a blocker. I get that. Today, he was targeted 3 times. Kittle was targeted 3 times. He only had 1 catch. That's not good enough. We got to get Kittle the ball more often. He needs to be a focal point in this offense. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but we got to get Kittle more involved in this offense. Let's see. SG says thoughts on Tom Compton. I mean, I think he played pretty well. I don't think we even gave up a sack in this game. Let's see. Yeah. The 49ers offensive line did not allow a sack in this game, going up against this vaunted defense. Micah Parsons, Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory, how many penalties did he have by himself? Like 4 or 5 penalties? Randy Gregory? DeMarcus Lawrence. And it was weird. I don't know why, but I noticed Micah Parsons, number 11 on the Cowboys, they were using him as a linebacker in a lot of sets. This guy is a prolific pass rusher. I was confused by that. Why weren't they using him as a pass rusher? But, hey, that's up to Dan Quinn. Let's see. Deneen says, we shocked the haters. My Facebook is silent. It was blowing up this morning. Yeah, the Cowboys fans are definitely going in hiding. Appreciate that update. 21-7, the Chiefs. All right. Thoughts on DJ Jones? Go DJ. That's my DJ. Go DJ. That's my DJ. I mean, DJ Jones, he's having an excellent season. He'll be a free agent this year. We'll be lucky if we're able to keep him because I'm sure there'll be a lot of suitors for DJ Jones. He's good against the run. He had a sack today. Clearly, he can get after the quarterback. Man, DJ Jones, I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. Colt McCoy, y'all won, but at what cost? Y'all have some injuries. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. Yeah, very unfortunate. Also, Jordan Willis. We just got to see how they progress during the week. We don't know how severe their injuries are because Bosa had the head injury. He was knocked out of the game. Friendly fire from DJ Jones. Fred Warner, they didn't show the replay on how Fred Warner got hurt. I don't know if you guys saw it, but they didn't show it, the replay on how Fred Warner got hurt, and they said it was a sprained ankle. We'll see how he progresses throughout the week. Also, Jordan Willis, I didn't see when he get hurt, but they said he had an ankle injury as well. So, we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, it's crazy. Bosa, Warner, those are two of the best players on defense. So, we're definitely going to need both of them, come next Sunday against some good old Green Bay Packers. SG says, who do you think will win the 2022 Walter Payton Man of the Year award? Eric Armstead or Dak Prescott? I'm going to take Eric Armstead. SG says, great win for the faithful. You know it. Let's see. Let's continue with these comments. Ayuk, the Ayuk show. He led the team in targets, catches. I can't say too much about Ayuk. He's definitely, I'm glad, he's becoming more and more of a playmaker in this offense. And I'm continue to expect great things from Ayuk. He did have the longest reception of the day, and that was 37 yards. He had 5 catches, 66 yards. So, hey, I'm happy with Ayuk. Let's see. SG says, who would you love to see the Niners play in the divisional round? Give me the Green Bay Packers. I'm not scared of the Green Bay Packers. We played the Packers earlier this year. We should have won the game, but we got Rodgers in the end. I'm not afraid of the Packers. I think we can run the ball against them. Yeah, they got Rodgers. Yeah, they got Devontae Adams. But, yeah, our secondary right now is healthy. I'm cool with Emmanuel Mosley lining up with Devontae Adams. And I'm not afraid of the Packers. I'm not afraid of the Chiefs. Bring them on. I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. Let's see. David, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, D. He says Fred Warner was walking around on the sidelines and looked okay. Nick Bosa is in concussion protocol, and hopefully we get him back next week. Yep, that's what we're hoping. That's exactly what we're hoping. Let's see. We got NYCE in the building. What's good? He says, how about them Cowboys? He says, Jay, what a day. Liquor tastes so much better with the W. Hey, I completely agree with you, man. Completely agree with you, brother. We got Cool Trey Reacts in the building. What's good? He says, my boys choked. Yeah. I don't know what that play was. The last play of the game, basically, when Dak ran. I don't know what y'all was doing. I guess you want to get in the middle of the field, down it, and then have a chance to throw it in the end zone, I guess. But, that didn't work out for you guys. But, let's be real. Y'all didn't play like y'all were the best team or one of the best offenses in the NFL. And you got to give credit to the 49ers defense. Kelly says Bosa just had a concussion. What's up with Warner? Warner has the ankle injury. It's an ankle injury. And we don't know how severe that ankle is. We don't know if it's a high ankle sprain. We don't know what grade, but we shall know later on in the week. Colt McCoy says he didn't look okay when he was screaming in pain. Walking around doesn't mean anything. He's probably going to be questionable next week. Yeah, I agree. we don't know the severity of either injury. We won't know until, I mean, I'm sure Fred Warner will probably get an MRI on it tomorrow, and I'm sure Shanahan will talk about that. And I'm sure Fred Warner, if nothing is torn, nothing's broken, he'll probably just be listed as day to day. And we'll see if he can be a limited participant in practice this week. Hopefully, he can be a full participant by Friday. But if he's not, the chances of him playing aren't great. And then with Bosa, it's just up to does he have any concussion symptoms? If he doesn't, he'll clear concussion protocol, and then he'll be good to go. So we shall see. It'll be a stressful week. Two of your best defenders going out with injuries, because we're going to need him going up against Aaron Rodgers, that's for sure. Kelly says, here's hoping they get straightened out before Green Bay. That's what we are hoping for. Colt McCoy, whoever wins for the Rams or Cardinals is going easy for them. Tampa is dealing with injuries, but you cannot call out the GOAT. I agree. I mean, it's hard to bet against the GOAT. JR says, we them boys today. Absolutely. Monty, yeah, I saw that play. I saw Jennings took out Diggs. I saw that, man. Yeah. Got to keep your head on the swivel when you're on the field. Jag, hey, I appreciate you coming through to the stream, Jag, man. I appreciate your contributions. And thanks for tuning in. He says, hey, Jay, got to go, but hopefully you and your family stay blessed. Same to you. When is your next show? Great question. We'll see, because I'm gonna try to get a collab with the Green Bay Packers fan. If that comes to fruition, it'll probably be Thursday. But you'll see the thumbnail up on YouTube. You'll see the thumbnail up. But yeah, thanks for tuning into the stream, man. I appreciate your contributions. David says, walking around means no torn ACL. Warner wasn't limping on the sidelines. It was reported as an ankle injury, so we will see. Completely agree. We got to talk about some of the 49ers and Cowboys stats that stood out, at least to me. Let me pull those up real quick. So let's go to the team stats. Faithful. So right off the bat, first down from penalties. Now, if Cowboys fans, you want to be mad at this. 4 of the multiple of penalties that the Cowboys had resulted in 49er first downs. Be mad at that, because that's not going to win you games. The 49ers were 6 of 13 on third down efficiency. That's pretty good. That's more than that's right under 50%. I mean, I think obviously you'd want it higher, but that's much better than what I've seen in the past with this 49ers team. And we did a good job. The 49ers defense did an excellent job on limiting the Cowboys to only 5 of 14 efficiency on third down. So that was a great job by the 49ers defense. So we did pretty good on offense on third down, and we did pretty good on defense on third down. Something else that stood out, Dak was not efficient. He was only 24 of 44. He was sacked 5 times. We forced an interception. And look at this run game. 21 carries, 77 yards. There was no run game to be found for the Cowboys. And that was definitely a key for victory for me that I thought we had to do, make this team one-dimensional. And we did that. One thing we got to work on. We got to work on the penalties. 9 for 58. That's way too many. We got to clean that up. We did win the time of possession, which I thought was key. 33 minutes to the Cowboys 26 minutes. So those are some of the stats that stood out to me. Definitely some things we got to clean up are the penalties, the turnovers. And I think we can do a little bit better on our third down efficiency on both sides of the ball. Let's continue on with these comments. Yeah, he almost did, Colt. But that's part of the Jimmy G experience. Unfortunately, that's just part of the Jimmy G experience. John says, I think with the rise of Jennings, Kittle is being less used. Jimmy threw that bad ball to Kittle. Need to hit him in stride to keep his momentum going for that yak. No, I agree with you. it would be nice if we could have all four guys involved in the offense. Kittle's making a lot of coin, and we need to utilize him as an asset on this team in the passing game. He's got to be used as a threat. He's a threat when he's on the field. We just got to get him the ball. Hopefully we make that a priority. But Jennings is great on third down. There's no doubt. Jennings is great on third down. Jimmy looks his way. But yeah, I just want to see Kittle more involved, John. Kelly says, I totally agree. We need to include Kittle more, maybe switch it up. Kittle play, then Debo play, and so on. Even, some tight end screens with Kittle, just quick passes. Hell, even a run with Kittle, maybe a reverse or whatever. Just, he needs to remain a focal point of this offense. We got Joseph in the building. What's good? Jimmy takes a snap. He's looking to the left. And Jimmy, he's looking to the right, and he throws an interception. That's what Jimmy did today, man. But that's part of the Jimmy G experience, man. Lil Key says an answer for the reason of Kittle not getting a lot of targets because he was used as a blocker for Debo and Mitchell and got some good blocks too. I agree, and especially last week because Trent Williams was out. But I just want to see more production. He's better than a blocker. He needs to be utilized in this passing game. We've seen what Kittle can do. He's good for double-digit receptions, 100-plus yards. He can still do that. So I just want to see him used more. Kelly agrees with that statement, and he's a great blocker. Yep. NYCE says Jimmy G played good. He made some tough throws. That missed throw could have been on both sides because Ayuk went flat. And Jimmy was expecting him to go upfield. The INT, that's Jimmy. He got to own that. Yeah, you know it. Oh, man. Jimmy played well enough for us to win. That's what I can say. Job, what's good? Appreciate you, man. He says congrats on the win. Appreciate you. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, you guys are hyped up for that 49er victory, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to Jay and the Bay on YouTube. Let's see. Colt says the only way the Niners win if they use Trey Lance, how they did when they went against them, confused them. Well, I don't think Trey Lance sniffs the field. I just don't see it unless Jimmy gets hurt. This is Shanahan is at the poker table. He's got all his chips and he's pushing them to the table. And those chips represent Jimmy G. Jimmy G is going to take barring injury, that's for sure. Let's see. Appreciate the update on the Chiefs game, SG Sports Talk. John says the Packers lost to the Niners in the playoffs in 2019, 2013, and 2012, and soon to be 2021 season 2. I like that. He says we have their number. We should have beat them earlier this year in the regular season too. We had the lead, just couldn't finish. Let's see. Prediction for the Cardinals and Rams, man, I don't know. I mean, you got two talented teams. I really don't care who wins. I'm just glad one of y'all going to lose. But yeah, I could care less who wins. David Renteria, of course, he says the Cardinals. We got Kelts Chronicles in the building. What's good? Kelts Chronicles says Wisconsin should be a cool 10 degrees. Yeah. It's going to be real cold. Hey, and that sounds like it's going to be a war of the trenches. And I'm riding with the Niners offense and defensive line over the Packers offense and defensive line any day. Hey, they have some talent over there, but we have talent as well. Definitely looking forward to that matchup. And looking forward. Go to Lambeau. Let's see. Kelch Chronicle says, perfect time. He says, perfect time for a athletic quarterback. The ball will be freezing. The hands will be as cold as a witch's nip. That's funny. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of ground game. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like Mitchell going to get another 20 to 25 carries. Debo's going to add about 8 to 10 carries. Maybe we'll see Jeff Wilson Jr., but that's probably wishful thinking. But, man, thanks for coming through, Kelch Chronicles. Joseph says, LMAO, always love when you do the Jimmy to the left, Jimmy to the right, go Niners. So pumped up. We won. Let's go. Exactly. We're on to the Green Bay Packers. Looking forward to the game. There's definitely some things we got to work on, though. That's for sure. Jake Jackson, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream. JJ says 49ers 24, Packers 21, front four. Debo O-line should take over this game. Predicting Rodgers blows it at the end. All right. Hey, that's interesting. The running game will be paramount, of course. And we just got to out physical Green Bay. We've done it before. We can do it again. I'm not scared of Green Bay. Yeah, Rodgers is a beast. Devontae Adams is a beast. But we got beast over here too. So I ain't worried about it. Ain't worried about it at all. Dan Castillo, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, man. He says we beat them boys. That's right. Shout out to everyone watching Jay and the Bay YouTube, Jay and the Bay Twitter, Jay and the Bay Facebook. Appreciate all the support. Man, it's a great win today. Definitely looking forward to bringing you guys more content. I will be looking for a Green Bay Packers YouTube to, preview the game as I normally do. And, of course, I will have pregame and postgame shows next week, next Sunday, the day of the game, of course. Shout out to everyone that was in the chat that contributed to the stream. I appreciate it. Also, got some super chats from Jag. I think Blue True. And I think we had another one from Jag. I think there's 2 from Jag and 1 from Blue True. So I appreciate those donations to the channel. We also had JKS with a super chat donation. I appreciate those donations. And NYCE says, I'm glad Jimmy threw the ball short because if not, Kittle would have fumbled. That's true. Yeah, that's a great point. And when Jimmy threw it short, it did look like it hit the ground, but then Kittle kind of pretended like he caught it, and then he was starting to run with it, and then he fumbled. And Kittle was like, no, man, that ball hit the ground. So, yeah, man, that would have definitely turned the game if that would have been a fumble. That's for sure. Jimmy played better than Dak, yes, but these refs are tweaking. They tried to do everything within 2 minutes to give Dallas the game. That's funny. Kelts Chronicles on our way to number 6 Green Bay, then the Bucks to Chiefs, 49ers part 2 redeemed 2019. Yay! Yeah, that would be crazy if Niners were able to get back to the Super Bowl and in a game versus the Chiefs. That'd be crazy. Crazy, man. Appreciate you for coming through Evan Sports Corner. He is a Dallas Cowboys fan, man. I appreciate you for coming through, saying good game, man. You didn't have to do that. But, hey, I appreciate you. DR will be rocking his J.J. Watt jersey, and he is coming back to play against them Rams in tomorrow night's game. Appreciate you for letting us know that, DR. But everyone have a great rest of your night. Shout out to everyone watching and supporting Jay and the Bay. And appreciate everyone who did the super chats and the comments. And everyone have a great start to your work week tomorrow on a Monday. Oh, yeah, and happy MLK Day to everyone. Some people have it off, some people don't. But enjoy the great holiday tomorrow. NYCE says, Jay, I see a Jimmy G versus Tom Brady showdown. Hey, I'm looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that. But everyone have a good rest of your night. And thanks for watching your boy, Jay in the Bay. Have a great night. Go Niners. We on to see them good old Green Bay Packers. And I ain't scared. I ain't never scared.